Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing the Expanse. This is Season 4, Episode 4, titled Retrograde. And the last one kind of ended the same way that the one before that ended, with this guy Murtry shooting up some fucking belters. So that whole situation is just getting really out of hand, more and more so. Yeah, but is there anything you want to get into before we start the episode? Nope. As always, you can check out our full-length reactions to The Expanse and all the other shows that we are doing on our Patreon page. The link is down in the description below. Let's start this one.
What is going on?
Okay.
Murtry. He gunned down my friends. He's coming for me.
Amos, fuck.
Killing him will be more trouble than it's worth.
You bet your sweet ass. If you touch Amos, you're done.
Not seeing any movement. Let's call it inert. I'll settle for inert.
We came here to study this planet. I think you knew this was going to happen. And you know more than you're telling me.
Jim, Murtry's on a rampage. He killed 4 settlers.
What?
And now he's after Lucia. I'm taking her to the Rosie.
Where's Amos?
They beat him down. He was protecting us. But there was nothing I could do, I'm sorry.
Just stay where you are. We'll come get
You
you.
can just meet us at the Rosie.
Captain Holden, this is not a good time.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
Bringing terrorists to justice. If they murdered yours, you'd be doing the same.
If you hurt Naomi, you are a dead man.
Naomi,
The structures on this planet are machines, and one of them just turned on.
is that why you launched a torpedo?
Yes.
Did it work?
For the moment, but there could be more.
I have no quarrel with your girl, and I have no intention of harming her, but she's helping a criminal. So if you really care about her, tell us to surrender.
What the fuck's up with you, man? I get that he's angry that they might have killed his friends, but Holden, you should not have called him.
So please find a way to carve a few moments out of your busy schedule and tell me precisely what the fuck is going on down there.
I was just waiting for the F word. Yeah.
I'd be willing to keep this just between us.
You would?
Because he's in on it.
Thank you, sir.
Maybe.
It will never happen again. I promise.
No, what I meant is, you could make it happen again, right?
Yeah.
Sir?
War's over. All this tech we salvaged and put in storage just taking up shelf space. Unless you prefer I report you.
You won't have to. I quit.
Hey, come on.
You obviously do not know who you are dealing with.
Clearly not.
Marco Naros. Just the man you want.
What the fuck?
You don't seem like a guy who takes a beating well.
Nope.
Who does?
Yeah, well, next time you pick a fight, they're just gonna shoot you in the head.
You need to take this off right now. I will tear this fucking bed apart.
Hey, Chandra. Murtry wants to see you. They still haven't found the fugitives. Why don't you sit the fuck down?
Make me.
I have 2 fugitives on the run heading away from the settlement, and I need eyes on them now.
We're heading behind the planet. Signal blackouts imminent. We'll talk to you again in 11 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds.
Doctor!
Whew. Okay, I like this guy.
Yeah.
We did what he said.
Yeah.
I did this. I didn't mean for anyone to get hurt.
I suspected that, but
Yeah.
still, they made a mistake. You talk about it. You don't just start shooting people.
Kind of makes you feel like dead weight, doesn't it?
Just like on Earth.
Fuck it. Mars don't deserve us. You get 2 more?
Make him tequilas.
Do you want to throw up?
Naomi isn't here.
Oh, I know. She's not with you.
So...
Or the belt. She's back with her precious inners.
That's the guy she had a kid with?
I think so.
I
didn't understand until her pain was wrapped up with her love for me.
What did you do with Philip?
The best I could.
Well, that's a different story.
Kind of, yeah.
He talks too much. But he's still breathing, if that's what you mean.
It's not, but we have another problem.
Can we take it in battle?
One-on-one? It'd be better if we run.
Oh shit.
Guards at the airlock, you have to get rid of them. They could fire down on us from there.
She's got a point, Cap.
All right. Don't open the cargo bay doors until you hear us above. We'll be there soon.
So will we.
She's getting really weak.
Mm-hmm.
Sure you're ready?
I'm fine.
She's in so much pain.
Yeah.
No!
They're not gonna shoot us with him aboard.
I agree. They're going to board you.
Well, they won't enjoy the experience.
Neither will you. Or me. So what's the point?
Fuck, what's the play here?
All these new systems, they don't belong to Inya Loda. They belong to who can take them.
Meaning us.
Meaning us.
But Marco, you're dreaming. We don't have the ships, we don't have the weapons.
Don't be so sure about that.
Mars and...
The Inner's war didn't just kill their ships.
Mm-hmm.
It killed their spirits. Mars is no longer the Mars that we used to fight.
What does Mars have to do with it?
We can continue this conversation later.
Give me a tighter beam to our friends.
What are you gonna do?
He didn't bite.
It was worth a try.
Huh.
This will not take long.
They were prepared for that.
Yep.
Yep.
Why?
See ya.
Roberta Draper? What's this about? Roberta Draper, you're under arrest for grand larceny and conspiracy to commit. We have a sworn statement from your salvage yard foreman as well as confirmation on the missing materials. Let's go.
Has Mars just become corrupt as fuck?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Keep pressure on it.
Naomi Nagata! I give you my word you won't be harmed. This has nothing to do with you.
Oh, whoa! But now he's gonna be like, the Rocinante fired on me, so they are now my enemies as well, or something.
Who here condemns me?
Well, I speak for Anderson Dawes and City Station, and I say death.
Life. Black Sky accepts Senato's forfeit.
Golden Bell also says life. We accept forfeit.
Kubileya say.
Right.
So it's
Up
down to drama?
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
I speak for Fred Johnson and Tycho Station. We accept Denaro's offer. He lives.
Shouldn't have let him talk.
Arrange the forfeit and call your ship. You are free to go.
What the
We would have been asking for a civil war. I did what had to be done.
Yes, but his words will sway more. He has that gift.
We will keep eyes on him.
Well, he will expect that.
And if he breaks his word, he breaks it to all the factions. He will be signing his own death warrant.
If we catch him.
Mm-hmm.
I fear we may not get another chance.
Yeah. He's already alluding to the fact that his faction of the Belt, or the Belt, they might be way stronger than...
Yep.
Yeah, have more ships. And...
I take it you had no one else to call.
And the offer. Does it still stand?
Still have a job on the docks?
Not anymore.
The position would have to be full-time then.
Bobby. I'm in.
Damn. A lot of water.
The security team up here has locked down all Earthbound comms. Mercury's orders, from what I gather.
There has to be something we could do.
Seismometers you planted are still picking up tremors.
That sounds like more machines.
And from the looks of these readings, a lot more.
I'll call you back soon.
Okay.
Dr. Sarkis, I think you should look at this.
Those islands are generating massive amounts of heat. What the fuck is going on down there?
Islands.
For dust off now, we really gotta get Naomi back up the well ASAP.
Understood. I'm sorry.
Don't be. I just wanted to have the choice.
I don't care where we are. Just that we're together.
But you're leaving.
But I'm coming back.
Jim, I don't like the idea of you being out there on your own.
Just take care of Naomi.
I will.
So where is he going? Gonna go get Amos, or
Possibly. Yeah.
what's the plan, buddy? He's gonna have a little man-to-man.
This had nothing to do with Naomi.
Now it does.
She was aiding and abetting a terrorist who just killed 24 innocent people on board my ship.
Yep.
This ends now. You're not in charge anymore.
Rossie's going back to space. I have a feeling they should have, or Holden should have, I don't know, probably couldn't lock him up, but just
Contain him.
contain
in
him
some. Sort of...
yeah. Put some handcuffs on him or something. Tie him down. Take away his ability to contact anyone. He's just really dangerous, and he's not thinking clearly at all, that guy. He's only focused on revenge or justice, as he calls it, for the people who died. And yes, we got to confirm that the Belters they are responsible for the ship going down. And what she said about they didn't mean to hurt anyone per se. I don't know what were you expecting if you shoot a shit down and you're not expecting to hurt anyone? But maybe they were just planning on damaging it.
I don't think they were supposed to hit the ship. What I got out of it is they blew up the landing pad, so no one could land there.
And
then shit happened, and it ended up taking the skiff down with them.
Yes. You're right. They said that previously that it was the landing pad they blew up, and then it impacted the ship or something. But either way, it's never a good idea to just go around just shooting people because you're angry and you're convinced that they did this to you, and just that is purely revenge. Like that's
Yeah, and we had the conversation. It was not a very long conversation, but a conversation nonetheless between him and Amos, and the last one where he said, "From one killer to the other, just stop."
Just stop whatever the hell you're doing. It's not gonna have any good outcomes or anything. And speaking of Amos, he
took a beating.
He took a beating. He did just, just run in there and just started attacking them or hitting them. Just, yeah.
I don't know what he expected.
I don't think he expected much. He wasn't really thinking. He was just being Amos and reacting and doing, what he would do in that situation. So it was not, it was very on brand for him as a person. But now he's locked up.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, because he could easily end up becoming like a hostage or something for Murtry and his people, that they're going to be like, no, I'm going to stay. Or Murtry's going to be like, no, I want to stay in command. And if you try to do anything, then I have your guy. And Holden is just pretty much all by himself right now, even though he's very capable. We know that. He's just alone. And they need to somehow contain the situation and make sure that no more people like die or start attacking each other. But that's almost an impossibility now because of how far it's already gotten. So yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
And it's not even the biggest thing that's going on this planet.
No.
Not even close. This doctor guy, he mentioned something about 3 islands just heating the fuck up. And there's a lot of underground activity all over the planet. So whatever that means, I have no idea. But there's a lot of activity going on. And we can only guess as to what these machines that, like, whoever put them there, like, what they're doing. Besides that, we've seen something with lightning and one of them that started rotating and making its way somewhere. And then they, of course, stopped it by shooting a fucking missile at it. But there's all this other activity, and it's like, what is it doing?
It's definitely building towards something.
Yes. Is it another try to connect to some sort of other technology out there kind of deal? Or is it gonna try to send out a signal? Or is it harvesting the planet? Or, yeah, a lot of questions, as you guys can hear. Hopefully we'll figure out just at least some of it, of what's going on with this technology. We will at some point. I'm just not expecting us to get like any really big answers maybe anytime soon. It's kind of a slow burn in that regard, and we haven't seen Miller for a while either. So whatever he or the thing behind him is doing or working on right now, that's also a big question, but it's interesting. And then we also got a lot going on Mars still with Bobby. And yeah, that's also kind of going in the wrong direction there for her. And she keeps being like backed up into a corner every time she thinks that, okay, I'm going to expose this thing. I'm going to go talk to some people who can help me. And then it turns out that those people are corrupt as well or something, and wants her to keep doing criminal stuff or stuff that she does not want to do. And then she kind of just gave in the end. Which, so what? She's going to become like an enforcer for this guy? Like a criminal, like an enforcer? Or what type of full-time job did he have in mind for her?
Yeah. Grunt.
A grunt or something. She would be a good police officer. But she would be a good police officer if there were no corruption, if she wasn't in the pocket of a corrupt cop. But now she is. So he's going to have her doing, yeah, as you said, grunt work, criminal, of the criminal kind.
Yeah. I just don't understand why they don't put all those people into work with terraforming, because they have apparently lines and lines of unemployed people. Why they don't use those people for terraforming. I know, of course, not everyone could do like crazy scientific discoveries or like research, but they can definitely be used for some sort of handiwork, I'd say.
Yeah, some heavy lifting or something. You know,
Yeah,
there's
helping
bound to
them
be a lot of that.
build a lot more of those big plants for terraforming or expanding the brand in that regard. It's
Yeah, but maybe that's not. Maybe they aren't. Maybe they're not really working on terraforming that much. And I don't know. What like.
I just thought that was the whole plan with Mars all along. That they wanted to terraform it and make it into a sustainable.
Yeah, just like Earth or like an Eden, a garden, that they've been talking about that. And showing
exactly.
it. But there was this whole issue about like they kind of stopped working on it because they're focusing their efforts on
war and military.
But now that's dying down, and they are even stripping apart all their old equipment and ships and all the military stuff.
Exactly. So they should. At least that's what I got out of it. Is that now they would focus on getting Mars up and running and getting more and more independent and actually getting a viable environment. And
that would certainly make sense if they do that. And I honestly don't know why they're not. They might be doing that. It's just maybe we haven't heard about it. But so far from what I've gathered is that they're just breaking all these things, all these ships down, taking them apart, and then just storing all the equipment and doing nothing with it, really. They're just taking it apart, and that's it. So that's why some of them, a good bunch of people, they are like, well, since these things aren't being used, then we can just sell them to someone else.
Yeah,
and
ship them elsewhere and get a good deal of money out of it. And
because nothing else is going on. We're not going to be using it for anything else. And why not? Like, why not repurpose that shit for terraforming? But then there might be a certain reason for that.
Yeah,
we don't know yet.
Of course, it's just I mean, they have so much, so many people that could be used for actually building all of these plants for terraforming, or maybe some greenhouses if they have stuff like that.
Yes, something like what we saw in Ganymede.
Exactly, and of course, once again, I'm not saying that everybody can just do botanical research and biological research and all that, but I definitely say you could still teach people to do simple jobs.
Contribute in some way.
Yeah, exactly, and it's just because of course there's probably a reason for it. It's just it was just something that I've been thinking for a little while now.
It's just how does it even work, society now on Mars? Because we get that it's changed and it's different and things are changing, and they're making a point out of telling us that there are a lot of unemployment and it didn't used to be like this. But we know that, for example, on Earth, there's a lot of unemployment as well. So is it just because there's too many people, or what's going on? It's, maybe we'll find out. We probably will at some point. But it was just at least something that we could not stop thinking about. Like, why are things the way they are? But Mars is not the only place where things are getting out of hand. Well, of course it's not. Things are really getting out of hand on New Terra as well. But the Belter situation, the OPA factions, there's certainly a lot of divide there, or it's just getting to be more even because of this Marco. That was his name, Marco, who evidently is the guy who was with Naomi for like a long time, but many years ago, and they had a kid, Philip, and so we learned about that, and then that some Belters think that they should never work with the Inners, no matter what. That because of past, because of the past and what the Inners have been doing to the Belt and people who's been living in the Belt for so many years, then there's never gonna be a truce. There's never, we're never gonna be friends. So we might as well just go on the offensive, and now is the best time to do it because Earth and Mars are kind of tired and they're not as hungry for war and the fight as they used to, but the belt still is, or a fraction of the belt still is. So, and yeah, that's that whole thing. That's very, very difficult, I think, to say what is the right and wrong things to do, and because there's so many unknowns, you can't just bet on people going behind your back, and you can't just always go towards the most, like, the worst outcome, but that's what this Marco guy is kind of doing. He's like, they're always gonna treat us badly. He sees no redeeming qualities in the Innis at all. And then you got like someone like Ashford who's like, no, that sort of thinking doesn't work anymore. We can't just keep fighting each other and fighting the Innis. We have to work together, and we're gonna have to play by their rules at first, yes, but that's the only way we get a seat at the table. So he's going way more the diplomacy route, which that's what I would subscribe to as well. But I also understand that it's not as easy as all that at all. There's so many factors, and yeah, because of course they shouldn't forget their past. They shouldn't forget who they are and what they've been through. It's just letting that define them, and yeah, I don't know. And we've also heard some of this stuff from Drama before, with her being like, no, we shouldn't lose who we are as Belters, and just the fact, like, just living on a planet, just being open to that idea, that's gonna take away your Belterness or something. And we kind of question that a little bit by like, okay, so just living on any planet, no matter where it is, that makes you an inner. And it's not that we didn't understand what she was saying. It's just the word inner normally has a connotation of, so that's the inner planets and the core in some way. And that's not how I see, like, somewhere in like New Terra. That's very much still on the outskirts. Someone came up with an example, like, if we live in Denmark, and if we moved to somewhere like the States and started living there, and for generations and generations, we would slowly maybe start to lose, or we would surely lose some of the stuff that would make us more Danish, I guess. But that's more just of a cultural thing. It's not that it physically changes us to move to the States, whereas with the Belters, they were forced out into space, or not forced out, but they, at some point, there came a big divide there between the Innis and the Belters, and the Belters have been living in space for so long that it changed them physically. Not only changed them, it made them weaker. So my process there is, my thinking at least, is why wouldn't they want to get stronger? And a lot of them do. A lot of them do want to go and settle all these planets and get their strength back. But it's just what Drama said about, like, we shouldn't want that. We should stay in space because that's what makes us Belters. But it's like, what makes you what makes you a Belter is also what is making you weaker. Like, it's weakening your bodies so that you can't even go visit the surface of you can't even go to other planets. And yes, you are good at being in space, but that's, yeah, I don't know. There's a lot more to it, but at least that's some of my thinking. And I'm sure a lot of you guys are gonna be commenting a lot about that, and we all have the different ways to look at it, come from different places and have different outlooks. So yeah, that's all I am saying. I've been talking a lot.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My brain is completely fried, and
no worries, hon.
I think I checked out just as soon as I saw the end credits. I was just like, my brain just shut completely down, and I don't know what it is.
It's one of those days.
Today it's just one of those days, yeah. And I'm completely shutting down, and I think it's nap time or something for me. So.
Nap time, or maybe time for some food soon or something. But either way, I think that's gonna do it for our reaction and review of The Expanse Season 4, Episode 4, Retrograde. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we will see you very soon. Bye!
Bye!